Hi guys, it's me, Glory, on Discovery. Thank you so much for clicking on our latest vlog for this week. With this vlog, I try and balance it. I try and tell you stuff that I've learned from friends. And also, once in a while, I let you guys know what I'm currently going through. So a while ago, I did a vlog on how to transition from a 9 to 5 to being an entrepreneur. I've been getting a lot of questions about, okay, transitioning, but what I'm currently going through now is looking for the right time to leave. Now, I don't even know when you guys are going to watch this, whether I've already left at the time that this comes out. But then I've been discussing with my friends, a lot of my friends who left 9 to 5s to start up their own businesses, about when is the right time. How do you know it is the right time to move? Now, years ago, I listened to this guy. I can't even remember his name, and I can't remember why I remember this story. But he was talking about how there are two different kinds of people. The first is like, I can't remember what he called it, but the person that just jumps. So you want to leave your job and it's like you jump off a cliff. You're like, man, anyhow, there will be a blanket, a soft landing somewhere, but I'm jumping off this cliff. The second person is kind of like Tarzan. And you know how Tarzan in the jungle goes from one branch to the other and just keeps going. So maybe there are people in between, but there's the person that just goes for it, and the second person that is a bit more calculated and is taking their steps. So I think it really depends, when you boil it down, to how risk averse you are. Do you mind waking up on the 30th of the month and not having a bank alert? If you don't, then maybe you are the kind of person that just wants to jump into it. I'm not that kind of girl. I might faint if I wake up in the morning and I don't get that bank alert. So I've come up, so there are different things I've been doing to prepare me to start my own business. So today, sorry, this is a really long introduction. So here are some tips to know when it's the right time to leave your day job. The first thing is pretty basic. So when you're no longer fulfilled by your day job. And I think what happens is sometimes you start questioning yourself, maybe I'm just lazy. Maybe I just don't want to get up in the morning. Because that really, really was happening to me, where I was just like, maybe I don't want to just get up in the morning. Maybe I'm just lazy. Maybe I'm becoming lazy. And if really you're not normally a lazy person, it's not laziness. It's that you are no longer fulfilled. You are disengaged. That's when it's time to start considering either changing jobs. So it might not be that it's time for you to start a new role, because now being an entrepreneur is, it's very glamorous. It's, it's now very highfalutin. So it might not be that entrepreneurship is the next step. It might be that you need to go change your career or whatever the case is. So anyway, the first one is when you're disengaged, you're no longer passionate about your job. The second thing is when you feel like there's a higher calling. So for me, as much as I love what I was doing, and I had studied it for so many years, and it was something that clearly 5-10 years ago I really enjoyed and wanted to study, right? I wanted to devote a considerable part of my life to. I still, when I do stuff that has to do with Inspired by Glory, media, content, I just feel, look, in my life, I've never done any content training, any media training, and that doesn't mean that I now feel like I'm the best, but this thing comes so naturally to me. Like, it's sometimes when I'm doing this, I feel like I was born to do this. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's so natural. I'm in my element. I love it. No matter how tired I am, I will still come and record my vlogs. I will still put stuff on my website. I will still just do whatever, it is that I'm doing. So when you feel like there's more to life, that you can give more to life, then you need to start considering. The third thing I would say is when things no longer make sense. So it doesn't make financial sense for you to keep being in that job. It doesn't make it's not even just all about economic. It doesn't even just make, in fact, you know what? the question you should always ask yourself is, I remember Steve Jobs' TED Talk, either his TED Talk or a speech he gave somewhere. He says, when you wake up every morning, you should ask yourself, if I was to die today, would I be happy doing this? And I'm paraphrasing. And so that's something I really asked myself of my day job. Like, if I knew, God forbid, that I was sick and I had a terminal illness and I had a year left to live, would I still come here? And I think that is such a fundamental question, because it helps you cut through all the clarity, all the questions, all the doubts and everything. If you knew that you had limited time, would you still be doing this? And if your answer is no, there you have it. So that's what I mean when it doesn't make any sense anymore, because clearly you're now wasting your time. The fourth way to know is when people are now willing to pay you for doing something, for whatever, your side hustle or for the new business, when you're actually getting money for that. Because that's one of the reasons why people feel like they're stuck in jobs that they no longer enjoy, because they're wondering whether this thing that they're passionate about, can it start earning money? So what I always advise people, or what I tried to do, was to be strategic and position my talent or my business in a way that I could start earning money from it. Even if it wasn't as much as what I was earning in my day job, but at least I was testing the market to see if whether the product I was selling, whether anybody will buy it, whether it was actually a solution for a problem people wanted to solve, and whether people would pay me for providing that solution. So what I would suggest is, if you're somebody that you're still hesitant, actually find time, develop this product and test it and see if people are willing to pay for it. And if they are, and even if it's not yet commensurate to your job, but you feel like you have enough belief. I think that's another thing. Sometimes you have to, when you have this feeling, it's very difficult to describe, but you have this feeling like as if, I can do this. Obviously, weigh your feelings with proper planning. Don't just go and jump off the cliff if you are risk averse. I hope I've been able to be helpful. I hope I've answered some of your questions. For me, this is a bit of a difficult one for me, because it's something I'm currently going through now. So I'm just sharing some of my own discoveries, if you will, with you. So please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section and let me know if you've just transitioned from your 9 to 5, you've just left your 9 to 5. Why did you leave? When did you become comfortable enough to leave? And I don't mean comfortable in terms of finances alone, like comfortable in your mind, in your heart, all of that. And what were the things that led you to know it was time to leave? If you don't feel like leaving a comment, you can always send me an email at glory@inspiredbyglory.com. And please feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel, as well as to visit our blog, inspiredbyglory.com. So until next week, it will be me, Glory Edozie, and sharing many more life lessons and discoveries with you. Bye-bye.